Okay. Hi, I'm Niara Billy. I'm a sophomore this year at the University of Akron. I feel like something interesting about me is that I've traveled a lot of places by the time I was like 15. And now I'm 19, so yeah. So I think my favorite trip was either Tennessee or Florida. And then like I feel like my most educational trip was South America, Guyana, Georgetown, Guyana is in South America. Okay, so I feel like that was like my most educational because I kind of got to understand where my grandparents came from, where where my dad's parents grew up at, and their parents, and kind of understand where they lived at, seeing how they lived, kind of how it was different than where we live. And I kind of see it was like a big difference because it was just for the simple fact that a lot of stuff they don't have that we do have in America. So it just kind of made it like a little different. And I feel like it was another reason it was most educational because I kind of understood the dynamic of really what people say, like the love starts from inside the home and your family, because when you were down there, like a lot of people didn't have family, and a lot of times they didn't have a home to lay their heads, or they didn't have food. And it just kind of like made you open up your eyes to kind of see that every part of the world don't kind of look like how yours look, and how everybody's backgrounds and different like living space is a little bit different. You might have a two-parent household, or you might just have one-parent household, but both parents are active. And like when I was there, I kind of like cried a little bit because it was just really sad seeing how you could be pregnant and have no help, even though you're in like a shelter. You kind of get a little bit of help from that, but you really don't have a lot of help. And I think when I was like there, it kind of just made me understand that like a lot of stuff, like I said, kind of like you just gotta be grateful for what you do got, and blessed for what you do got, even if it's a lot or it's not a lot, or it's just the bare minimum, but you feel like your parents do enough. I feel like that's what a lot of people don't understand, and I think that's why that's probably like my most educational trip, because it's just like it just made you look at everything different, from the schooling, the housing, where they have to go to little stores like grocery stores and stuff. Then like they don't have certain stuff that we might have here in Ohio, or just anywhere in like the American area. And it just kind of, like I said, just made me look at stuff differently and kind of appreciate it more. And yeah, I feel like that's like the most interesting thing that happened to me.